Hey y'all, IrixGuy here, back again with another drone video. And today I'm going to provide 2015 drone buyer's advice for the holiday season. I've gotten a lot of questions from you on my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, facebook.com/IrixGuy. Gotten emails from you on my website, IrixGuy.com. And there's been a lot of questions that have come up, and I wanted to address all of those within this video. So please share this video with others. You know, anybody, friend, family, co-worker, whomever that may be looking for a drone. Share this video because it can probably help. And if you have any questions beyond this video, please feel free to send me a message. Best way to get me is my Facebook fan page if you use Facebook. And that's facebook.com/IrixGuy. If you don't use Facebook, you can go to IrixGuy.com and send me a message there. Check the link within this video's description to my website where you can find all of the drones and drone accessories that I will mention within this video. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and this is just my professional advice, I've been using drones for a long time now. Check out my hundreds of videos from the drones that I'm going to mention from past till present. I've got a ton of them up there. But whether you're getting a drone for someone else as a gift for the holidays, maybe you're gifting yourself a drone and you're just not sure which to buy. There's a lot of ways that one can go about making that purchase decision. And what I would strongly encourage you to do, and this is where a lot of people have gone about it the wrong way, in my opinion, and they say, well, you know, how much does it cost? You know, I want to get the cheapest one. Don't go at it from that perspective. The way I recommend you do it is to say, okay, what's my intended purpose? Or what's the intended purpose of the person I'm gifting this drone to? Do they care about filming fun videos? Do they care about filming fun photos, you know, capturing still photos? Or do they not even care about that? They just want to have the thrill of being able to see a quadcopter, also known as drone, flying through the sky. Don't look at it from a cost perspective initially. Look at it from the intended use perspective. So if you're like me, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. That's where you're watching this video and where I've featured hundreds of drone videos and thousands more drone videos are coming soon. But I like to use a drone to have a good time, obviously. This is a hobby of mine, and helping to entertain the world with my videos is my mission. But it's important for me to have good video quality. Just like this camera that I'm filming in my studio, 4K ultra high definition. I expect the same quality from my drone, which is why I film. My current drone is Phantom 3 Professional, which has a 4K 30 frames per second camera. So check out my hundreds of Phantom 3 Professional videos and see for yourself how awesome, well, I feel that it looks awesome, the video quality from the Phantom 3 Professional is. So if you care about video, on today's date, and it's the day after Thanksgiving of 2015, I would strongly recommend Phantom 3 Professional as the best option for video and everything. I mean, it's the best drone on the market in my opinion. Sure, there's drones that are more expensive. There's people that'll say, man, you know, I need to get the Inspire. And there's a lot of people that are happy with the Inspire. And I'm not bashing the Inspire, but from a common sense perspective, and this is how I like to look at it, do I want to spend that many times more just to get 4K 30 frames per second video like I get with my Phantom 3 Professional? To me, Phantom 3 Professional is the best in class when it comes to drones on the market today. So that's my absolute top choice if you want to get good video and photo. Now, if you want to get, if you don't care about 4K, which is ultra high definition, and all you care about is 1080p, you could consider my second choice would be the Phantom 3 Advanced. The camera on it, with firmware update, when it was originally released, it topped out at 1080p, but with firmware update, it should be able to get 2.7K, which is not 4K, but it's greater than 1080p. And the advantage to that is that certain people that may want to publish their content in 1080p, they can film in that higher, greater resolution, and then when they're in their video editing software and post-production, they can create virtual zoom in, zoom out type effects because they're working with a physically larger canvas because they filmed in 2.7K. But with that, with the Phantom 3 Professional, Phantom 3 Advanced, Phantom 3 Standard, you can also film in 1080p. You know, if you don't want to use those greater resolutions, you can film in 1080p. But between the Standard and the Advanced, and again, check the link within this video's description. You can find all these drone models, the carrying case, the extra propellers, the batteries, and a ton of other accessories. So check the link within this video's description. That's my website. And if you can't find it, if you can't find what you need there, you know, shoot me a message if you're a Facebook user, facebook.com/IrixGuy. Or if you don't use Facebook, just go to IrixGuy.com and drop me a message. And I'll be happy to try to find it. But if 1080p is your objective, I would strongly recommend the Advanced, unless you want to spend more and get the Pro and just not use the 4K capabilities. That would be perfectly fine as well. I would discourage considering the Standard. And the reason I'm going to say this, and typically when I see certain things with a product, I think, oh man, you know, what's the marketing behind this to justify spending more? Because you look at the Standard and you look at the Advanced, and to the uneducated eye, they seem to be very similar. Video tops out at 2.7K, but when you look at them at a more granular level, you will find that Standard does not use what's called light bridge. Advanced and Professional do use light bridge. Advanced and Professional have ground sensors. Standard does not. So basically, the way to look at the Standard is that it's kind of like last year's technology with a better camera. And I love the Phantom 2 Vision Plus. That's the one, when I say last year's technology, Phantom 2 Vision Plus was last year's technology. It didn't have light bridge, which enhances range. Obviously, to be safe and responsible, I fly line of sight, but it is nice to have that extra clarity there when you're communicating with the drone. And from my experience, Wi-Fi versus light bridge is night and day. Light bridge is just a much better experience. Not to mention the controller itself feels better. It's a heavier weighted controller. So in my opinion, it's not marketing hype to try to steer people from Standard to Advanced. The Advanced will likely be more expensive, but is it worth it? In my professional opinion, it is. So if I was torn between Standard and Advanced, I would definitely go Advanced. But if I was on an extreme budget, there's nothing wrong with Standard. I mean, it'll get the job done, the hobby done. So, yeah, those are the top drones. Now, if you don't care about video, the Bebop is a lot of fun. You can get it without the controller, or you can get what's called the Sky Controller Bundle that has the controller. And again, check the link within this video's description. You can find that there. What you don't get with the Bebop, and this is why I said I wouldn't consider it for video, even though it does have high-definition video, it's what's called software stabilized. So when you watch the video and then you watch a Phantom 3 video, you're immediately going to notice the visual difference. And the reason is that software stabilized video, it doesn't have what's called a gimbal. On the Phantom 3 models below the drone, you have what's called a gimbal and the camera's below it. So at a high level, what the gimbal does, if the Phantom turns this way or that way, the camera is going to stay horizontal with the horizon. Now the old model Phantoms, the first Phantom that came out, the GoPro, you attached a GoPro camera directly to the bottom of it, and when it turned, the camera turned. So it was a welcome into the drone video world, but it wasn't gimbal stabilized. So from a viewer's perspective, it just wasn't entertaining to watch. Because who wants to watch a video that's going this way, that, and the other. You know, someone wants to watch a video that's smooth, even though the drone is flying, that the video remains horizontal. Now, another option, if you don't want to go with the Phantom 3, check out the Phantom 2. If you've already got a GoPro camera, check out the Phantom 2. Check the link within this video's description for the setup that I use for my Phantom 2. And by the way, you can watch my Bebop videos, my Phantom 2 videos, my Phantom 2 Vision Plus videos, my Phantom 3 Professional videos. I've got hundreds of videos. So check the link within this video's description, and you can find them there and see for yourself the visual differences with the video. And what you'll notice with Phantom 2, a lot of people have said, hey man, I've got a GoPro, why do I want to buy a drone that has a camera already on it? I don't need another camera. And the short answer is that if you watch my videos that were filmed in my Phantom 2 with GoPro, and then you watch my videos that were filmed, even my Phantom 2 Vision Plus, which they topped out at 1080p, or my Phantom 3 Professional, which they're 4K 30, just like my GoPro videos were 4K 30. But if you look at my Phantom 2 videos, and then you look at my Phantom 3 Professional videos, you'll notice the Phantom 2 with the GoPro, it's got what's called fisheye. So when you look at that video, it's going to look slightly distorted, whereas the Phantom 3, in my opinion, does not. So for that reason, I definitely preference the DJI camera on a drone over that. And that brings up an interesting question. A lot of fans have asked me, they say, hey, IrixGuy, what should I buy a drone now? I hear GoPro's coming out with a drone in 2016. And yes, GoPro is coming out with a drone in 2016. And that's GoPro, the company that makes the GoPro camera. They're releasing their own drone. So I am super, super stoked about that. And I will be picking up a GoPro drone when it releases in 2016. But is that a reason to not buy a drone now for the holidays? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, check out my videos. See for yourself the results that one can achieve with a Phantom 3 Professional. I mean, it blows my mind. And I've flown hundreds, well, actually probably thousands of flights by now. And it's just, it continues to blow my mind. And speaking of drones that cost more, a lot of people are like, hey man, you know, get the Inspire, the DJI Inspire. Now, if you don't know what an Inspire is, it's the one that kind of looks like a space alien or something. And when it flies, the legs go up. And I mean, if money was no objective, and this is just my opinion, if money was no objective, money was no object rather, I guess I should say, I would still personally not go with the Inspire because it's big. It's too big to travel with. And when you're walking around with a drone that heavy and large, it's just too big, especially when you got other gear. And not to mention, if that thing goes in the lake or the ocean, that's about, and prices fluctuate, but probably at least 2 or 3 times the cost of a Phantom 3 Professional. And you're still maxing out at 4K 30 frames per second video. So there's a lot of people that are in the Inspire 1 camp, and I respect that. You know, people like what they like. But I personally would not recommend the Inspire 1. I mean, I would say, if you're going to go that route, why not just get a few Phantom 3s? Just have multiples in case you lose one. You know, you could lose a few before you would encounter that sticker shock of that Inspire 1 drone. So now let's say you don't even care about video at all. You know, you don't care about getting those fun moments captured on video or photo when you're in the sky. So there's one drone, and again, check the link within this video's description. You can find it there. It's called a Hubsan. And what the Hubsan is, it's just an entry-level drone. You know, maybe you're getting one for yourself or you're gifting a drone to someone else, and you're not sure if they're going to like it. It's a great way to test the waters without breaking the bank. Drones are expensive, but it's a way to test the waters without breaking the bank. And they're known to be quite reliable. So again, check out the various models that I have listed within the link within this video's description. And that's an option to consider for just a fun, hey, I want to see it go up in the air. You know, there are Hubsan models that have a camera. I mean, it's not going to be DJI Phantom quality, but it's still, you know, it would still be a good novelty. So, yeah, and I'm trying to think of other questions that, yeah, the big one that I addressed was, should I wait? Aren't there a lot of drones coming out in 2016? And yes, there will be tons of drones coming out in 2016, but I wouldn't wait. I mean, it's such a fun hobby. I regret, one of my biggest regrets rather, has been waiting, because I didn't jump on initially. And I had several fans who were like, hey man, you got to check this out. These things are so cool. And I looked at the price of them at the time. This is when the Phantom 1 came out. And I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to pay that for that. You know, that's up in the sky. You know, it could fly away or it could crash. Something I want to mention. Phantom 1, Phantom 2, Phantom 2 Vision Plus, Phantom 3 Professional. I've never had one fly away. And I did crash one in a safe location, but it was my fault. It was not equipment failure. I ran into a tree. It was my fault. And that was one of my Phantom 2 Vision Pluses. But it was my fault. So they have proven to be very reliable. The ones that I owned have been. So, you know, I wouldn't look at it as a deterrent. I mean, obviously you need to thoroughly understand the operations. You need to be in a safe location. And ultimately, you need to be prepared to lose it. Because if it does become lost, it shouldn't be a situation where you bought this and it's like, man, I can't afford to lose this. So if you can't afford to lose it, don't buy it. That's my best advice. But with that said, I regret not adopting the drone hobby earlier than I did, because it was Phantom 2 was out before I got Phantom 1, and immediately when I got Phantom 1, I regretted not spending more at that time to get the Phantom 2, because I had the GoPro attached to the drone, so my videos are like that. Check out my DJI Phantom 1 videos and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's not a pleasant to watch video. So I got rid of it, and then I went with, let's see, I did Phantom 1, Phantom 2 Vision Plus, and then the Phantom 2, where I rigged the GoPro Hero 4 Black so I could get 4K. Phantom 2 with GoPro Hero 4 Black was my first 4K 30 frames per second drone. And then immediately after that, I got the Phantom 3 Professional. So if I was going to buy the best drone on the market, 2015 holiday season, it would definitely be the Phantom 3 Professional. So check the link within this video's description, because I wouldn't just get it. I would be sure to get the case. So you want to protect this thing to and from the field. And if you travel with it, you want to protect it. You know, you don't want stuff banging into it. I'll get the case. I'd get some extra batteries. If there's anything else you need, you know, shoot me a message, and I'll try my best to try to find a link. And be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. I've got hundreds of drone videos now and thousands more coming soon. So I appreciate your viewership, and y'all have a good day.